What's up guys, Trevor here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over my top 5 starter anime. So, there was I went over a few criteria for this. First, they had to have a good hook, good plot, decent story, good character development. I made a couple of exceptions for the character development part, but that's the basis I went off for this. And yeah, so all this is my opinion, so if you have your own opinion, you can put in the comments your top 5 starter anime. But this is my top 5 star anime, so I'm not going off anyone else's list. I'm going off my personal list. So if you think these are wrong, that's fine. That's fine with me. So our first anime is going to be Attack on Titan because Attack on Titan has a great hook. You can't put it down after you watch after the first 2 episodes, you will not be able to stop watching it. That's how I did. I watched 3 seasons of it like it was nothing. You could just sit there, done. Just watch the whole series, bro. It's so easy to get through. It's like 80 episodes, but it's so easy to get through. Yeah, I mean, it's great character development, great action, great animation, minimal CGI for the Titans. I mean, what else could you ask for from anime? I mean, beautiful art style, great studio, good voice acting. I don't know what else you could want from it. Great music. There's everything in a package. There's everything in this little package of Attack on Titan that I don't think any other anime can compete with, and it's a great starter anime to get people into anime, because it's so mainstream right now. So I think anyone could watch it. I mean, yeah, that's why I think Attack on Titan would be a great starter anime. So yeah, let's get into it, the next one. So Death Note. It's the same reason as Attack on Titan, has a great hook, good character development, not as good action and animation, but you can feel it. Like the potato chip scene, and the music enhances it. The music enhances everything. The music is great. This is some of my favorite music in all of anime. Like in the potato chip scene when he's just writing names in the Death Note, it makes it so intense and so crazy. Then like the the aspect of Ryuk, and then the thing between L and Light. I mean, once you get to like episode like 26, I believe, when you know what happens, it kind of goes slightly downhill. But I still think it's still like an 8 out of 10 anyway. It goes from a 10 out of 10 to 8 out of 10 anyway after episode 26. But I still think that initial hook keeps you to keep watching, and this is in my top 5 anime of all time. It is my favorite shonen anime of all time, so I have to recommend it because this was one of my first anime, and it got me hooked on anime. So I think if can hook me, a huge weeb right now, I think it can hook other people. So that's why I put this number 2 on my list. And it's very psychological. I know a lot of people are into the psychological stuff, so that's another reason why I added this one on my list. Great anime. Great anime. One of my favorites. So our next one, this is the most controversial one on my list. This one is for the gamers, for all your gamer friends. I would recommend this one. Sword Art Online, or SAO. It has the first 6 episodes the first half of season 1 is outstanding. It's great. Not great, but it's good. It's like 8 out of 10 anime. In the hook of the first 3 or 4 episodes, the hook of the anime is great. It got me instantly hooked. You instantly attach to the characters, even though the characters are OP or yada yada. Alicization brings it back. I will say Alicization brings everything back that we missed from the first part of season 1. But it's great. I mean, they might drop it after Gun Gale Online because GGO is hard to get through, but it's good. I actually like GGO. It's hard. Some of it's hard to get through, but I feel like when the first part analysis is good, I feel like with how good the hook is, it'll also be good for beginners to get into anime, for like gamers and stuff like that who play MMORPGs and understand the slang and stuff of that. It is very anime-esque though. I forgot to say this. I tried to choose anime that was very anime-esque, that didn't have big old boobs flying around, panty shots every 5 seconds. I try to go for something less anime-esque and more diverse. So I thought SEO would be good for gamers. There is a lot of anime stuff to it, like the harem that Kirito has, but it's always Asuna. So I mean, I guess it helps you get into the romance aspect of stuff too, which I didn't really think about making this list, but I don't think you need it too much unless there's aspects in the anime. So yeah, that's the reason why SAO was on this, because it is not a perfect anime, but it's a great starter anime with an amazing hook. we're not even gonna get to the character development, but that's okay. So for my fourth pick, this is more for the romance, the friendship side, the slice of life fans, that kind of side. For people maybe of your older people who need to relate to something or need a good cry or something like that is a Silent Voice. A Silent Voice is a great anime. It's a great movie. It's a great standalone film in my opinion. I don't think you need to be into anime to get into a Silent Voice. I think this is a good way to start to get them into the Japanese culture and used to the Japanese like high school way of things in anime. I think this is a good way to get them introduced to that with great plot, great characters, great animation, great story, and simple. It's simple. It's simple to understand. It's not simple, but it's like easy to understand. And I think that goes a very long way when you're recommending anime to someone who hasn't watched anime. Because when I recommended my friend Death Note, and he said he loved the first 3 or 4 episodes, and I did this the other day, and he's like, the hook gets me going, and A Silent Voice has a great hook at the beginning. So I think that helps give it the push that it needs to be number 4 on my list as a starter anime. But for some people, this could be number 1 or Your Name. Some people could replace a Silent Voice with Your Name. They could go back hand in hand because they both have aspects of stuff. But I feel like a Silent Voice is way better to get people in anime because it has more anime feel, but not too much of anime feel that it's too much. And I think that's why Silent Voice is good to get people into the anime feel. But that's just me personally. So for number 5 on our list, it is Cyberpunk Edgerunners. This is also for our gamers, our drama lovers, anything like that. I think this would be good for them because it has good action, good drama, good humor, uh, good plot development, good character development, and yeah, crazy action, and this is a good introduction into Trigger style anime because Trigger is one of my top 3 favorite studios of all time. So I had to put a Trigger anime in here, and I can't. I thought about putting Killing Girl Lagann, but that's just too much anime. They're way too anime for this. I think it's funny, has the modern day sense of humor. It's based off of not based off. It's from the concept of the world is based off a video game, and the characters are sick. Like got like Rebecca and the main character are great. I mean, I think all the characters in this are outstanding. I think you could get easily invested in this, and it's only 10 episodes. It it could have been like 20, 30 episodes, and I still would have enjoyed it as much. Yeah, it's short but sweet. Helps people get invested. It's easy to get invested in, and it's short. I think that's what makes Cyberpunk Edge perfect. And then if they ask to get something more similar to Cyberpunk Edge, which is that shouldn't this, maybe get them into like a Death Note or something like that. Maybe something like that, or like a Code Geass or something like that. A little bit more anime esque, but not like too anime esque. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Hope you guys not enjoyed this video. What am I talking about? Hope you got that is my take on Cyberpunk because I have a bonus. I've added a bonus one. I know it says top 5 in the title, but I've added a bonus one after you maybe if you like Death Note or Attack on Titan or after you recommend all these. If they liked all these, maybe you can show them Code Geass. Code Geass is a great starter anime. It's the animation is old. It looks old. It has that old anime esque, but it's easy. It's really easy to get into. Very understanding. It introduces them to this more sci-fi genre, even though that's what Cyberpunk does too. Cyberpunk, but this is a different kind of sci-fi. This is a different kind of sci-fi. I feel like the mecha is something that needs to be introduced to people. Like I thought about actually you know what anime I thought about putting here instead of Code Geass? I thought about 86. 86 would also be good. I just finished 86 for the first time. I thought that was amazing. I thought 86 would also work here. But I feel like Code Geass works more just because after you watch something like Death Note, it has the same kind of things with it with Lucius Geass that I think that makes more sense placing this year instead of 86 because I mean the Finn's powers ain't as similar to Light's powers in Death Note. So I feel like this would be a better to put here instead of 86. But they're still great. Still, I think either can go hand in hand here. But Code Geass has a great hook, good story, good plot, great ending. Character development is outstanding. Other than that, there's only one episode I don't like is the cat episode. But once you get past the cat episode, I think this anime is great. The fight scenes are beautiful. The only thing they won't like, might not like, is the order style of animation, which is one thing. That's why it's a bonus. I thought about putting it on my top five, but the animation really put me off because it's the older style. But maybe you can get them to watch the movies or something. But that's really weebish. I mean, there is anime aspects, but it's not as much as I think. I think like Silent Voice and Attack on Titan have more anime aspect, as much anime aspects as Code Geass. So I think it'd be fine for starter anime. So this is the bonus anime. Yeah, I thought about putting. There's a bunch of anime I thought about putting in here, like Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann. I thought about putting something more mecha, like some like Gundam stuff, or like I thought about. I mean, I already told you that I thought about putting your name, but I also thought about putting like Weathering with You, but you have to what? But you know how that is. I thought about putting like a romance on here. I thought about putting on like Golden Time or something like that, but they're just too anime. There's just too much anime to get actually invested, like to get other people invested, because there's like with the whole like the weird stuff going on that only us anime fans will understand, us weebs will understand, us otakus understand. I think that this is the perfect way to do it. I think this is the perfect way, the perfect starters, or like, something like even something like on this front page here could work for some people. But you can't go out. I thought about putting like a bunch of shonens, like some like JJK, Demon Slayer, but I didn't want to do something like that because they probably seen that stuff, like oh that weird anime stuff. I mean anything on this list like they could get hooked on like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, anything from the big three. But I mean, they're just way too long to recommend to somebody. I mean, they're great shows. Don't get me wrong, but they're just too long for people to get into. I think something short and sweet. I mean, I know Death Note and Attack on Titan are long, but they have amazing hooks and great plot development. With all these the older anime, like the big three, are too or have too many fillers and stuff like that to get too invested in for newer anime fans. So that's why I chose what I picked. I could have put more romance, some other shorter psychological anime, like Steins Gate, Steins is too anime, like Monsters too long. I thought about doing like Death Parade, but Death Parade is very anime. So yeah, this is why I chose this list because this is like the most beginner anime list I think I could come up with. But I probably could have came up. I probably could have just put like 5 shows. I could have put JJK, Demon Slayer. Um, Let me think. Like Attack on Titan would still be there. Death Note would still be there. Maybe I would put like I don't know what's very anime esque. Maybe One Punch Man or Mob Psycho, something like that. I could have put on here, but I chose what I did so it was more diverse than just putting a bunch of shonens. But that's what I think. I think these anime would be great starter anime, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think there could be more starter anime. I just thought of another starter anime that I need to make a review on. Bakuno. Bakuno would have been amazing. Because Bakuno you don't have to know anything about anime to get into. Or Great Pretender even. Great Pretender is very similar in my opinion to Bakuno with the characters. So maybe Great Pretender would be good because there's more English culture into it, more European and North American culture into it than more other anime, but there's still that Japanese aspect. So I don't know. Let me know your guys' opinions in the comment below. But this is my top five right here: Attack on Titan, Death Note, Sao, Silent Voice, Cyberpunk Edge and the bonus Code Geass. That is my picks for the top five beginner anime that you should recommend to your friends who have not got into anime. But there's others that, like I said, that could work. But this is what I use to get my friends into anime, and I got two of them into anime. I got two of them. But I think that's a good feat for weeps, in my opinion. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video as always. I know this video was a little bit different, but if this video gets 10 likes, we will do more videos like this. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video as always. Peace.